Hello everybody.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You very comfortable?
Oh, very comfortable. And you, Geshe, comfortable?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm very happy to meet our neighborhood, Medford kids, to come here. And I don't know, parents or the teachers? Well, teachers or parents? Both? Also say all brothers, sisters. I'm very happy with you guys. Anyway, what can I say?
English. Good, Geshe.
Okay, we are very good translator here.
Not very good, but do my best.
Then Pacific, kids, very important to have a good life, a good person. It's very important for all the world, not just only Medford, not United States. Even just one person change all country. All one person has, power for the whole the country. We know that, Egypt, just one person holding their country. Then everybody come to protest. Then he give his power, then everybody relax, right? Okay, 그래서 다 보고서 나 노동하고 치고 그랬어. 노동하고 치고 그랬어.
So nowadays, children have to study very well.
아니, 다시 따다 준다. 노동하고 치고 이래서 뭐 이나야. 노동하고 치야라 따나서 산통도에 말해서 이나 야채 그랬어.
야채 없으면
노동하고 용하다. 나 세요 말했어. 가서 이나 야채 그랬어. 야포로 조에 말했어. 야포 마포 그랬어.
So if you study well continuously, not only sometimes, but continuously, you will continuously improve and elevate.
아니, 진짜 로조 지야 되고 소라 펜트 오신다. 쇼지도 되게 소소라 펜트 오셨어. 로조 제바고 소소.
So the students themselves, the people who are studying themselves, will 펜토 수레.
펜토 소소라.
So they will benefit themselves.
I'm not saying you guys don't study very well, but just I mentioned. They say, oh, I study very well now. What are you talking about? Today, by the Pena, that chance on the water, that looks was, that lost to shooting up to collect somebody, Pena, and I didn't watch Shashawayna, that and I since in a that in Medford and Megan to be Chapel, Kupchadita, that I see the Georgia Lores, that Chunzugi, 다 로스 집밥 되는 레벨 그래서 그지 그나
What's
내가 지나서라고 다 주마야 침보찬에 로스 숨지 쉽지 납치까블라 아니 지나서 다 알게 레콤 토 차서 내가 지금다 지나서 로트도 요거 그래서
So he's saying, if you study now, when you become 30, 40, 50 years old, you will have the quality,
chance to
yeah, you will have the opportunity or the chance, you will have what you need in order to achieve a very high station, maybe even president.
president, senators, or governor, or mayor, what's the mayor?
Mayor.
Yeah, what's the mayor?
Yeah.
Okay?
Mayor McGlynn.
Okay? Because now the president, senators, governors, they study very well, very hard work. Then they can become the high levels. Otherwise, they just sleep, watch games. They never become, the high levels. Therefore, if you love, you wish, become president, or governor, or mayor, or either, or good teacher. Depends where now you study, right? If you are not knowledge, you will never ever become that. Right? If you are not a good person, people doesn't want you. Therefore, today the tableau on the kitchen.
Yeah, so for those reasons, studying, education is incredibly important.
Then, how you become nice person, good person, we have to understand what kind of person we say, oh, this is a good person. What kind of person we say, oh, this is a very bad person, We have to know. For example, I'm not saying you guys do this, okay? But some kids, they're adult people, they don't give drugs. There's some more injection, they're drug.
Yeah, some people are injecting drugs or taking alcohol or those types of things.
Then somebody doesn't study well, we say, somebody steal, they're killing people, we say, oh, it's a very bad person. That, all news there. All news become that, right? Therefore, we need to identify what is bad, what is good. Right? Therefore, also, I don't know, this what's the lower school, there may be high school, maybe, the college, they have more chance to use their drugs, bad situation things. If you use this, you lost your life. You lost your good opportunity, you grow up, right? Therefore, today that kare buku so yapo yohage cheto, ani so nami tang that gegen so kale mo yogores.
So, in order to grow up well, kids need to be able to identify, good people around them, who to associate with, including family members or teachers or people like that to rely on.
근데 이 반사다 개쇼 가르잖아. 소수 파마당 개개기 막 소수 람텐 쳐대. 다 야고냐 오래서.
So, if you listen to your parents and your teachers who show you the way, show you how to behave, then you will understand well, you will learn well.
I think no one, parents or teachers, they doesn't teach any bad things about kids. Whatever they teach, this is a good quality, good things. They wish become the students or kids become better person, good person, 근데 이 말인사 아니 개개당 다 파마라요. 기셔야 붙여 그래서.
So your teachers and your parents are very important.
근데 이 말사 지금 다 고소라 다 지나서 찍어서 기십 찍어서 기십 찍어서 다 찍어서.
Yeah. So you should respect them. Yeah. It's very important.
아니 기십 찍으면 주소 가디나 콘소 요기라고요 말해서 요번주.
If you do that, then you will become better.
맞나? 지나서 기십 찍어서 나와야 돼. 아니 주소 가디나 개개소 요거 찍으라고 말했어요. 가디나 개개소 내가 콘소 찍을 내가 찍고 그저 말했어. 요거하고.
요포.
Servant.
Servant.
If you respect.
Yeah. We're not talking about you.
Becoming a servant.
Yeah, servant.
Yeah. It doesn't mean to become a servant.
You do servant. Do servant, right?
You don't have to. You're not saying that they have to become servants.
Yeah.
Let's get that clear.
So respecting the teachers, but that doesn't mean you're just like blindly serving.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not becoming their slaves.
This benefit for you, okay? Therefore, 단다 지나서라 야다 지나서라 보고라 아리로 받을 보고라 다 opportunity should was lono check. Opportunity 로 고급에 호도스.
Okay. So 이겁니다.
단다 지나 보고서라야 아리로 받는 보고도서라. 다 로존 야포체 고급에 하시는데 was.
Okay. So he's saying for the children in America, if they are in Lobjong, Yahoo,
So they have opportunities to study very well.
Yeah, opportunity to study.
Yeah. There are many opportunities to study.
Okay. Because I talk about a little bit by my story.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was grow up the nomad in Tibet. Maybe you guys know Tibet, you heard of it, so in Tibet. The nomad area, you know.
He's a nomad. Do you guys know what nomads are?
Nomad means
Yeah.
they sleep always with cows.
I left that part out. I sleep always with swords.
If you are very bad smart, you have no choice, you sleep with them, okay? they're very nice.
They don't kick you out.
Yeah.
Warm.
And it's very warm also.
Because Tibet's very cold.
Also, the weather is, similar right now here. In temperature in Tibet, they have no heat, they are not this kind of house. The kids, even I grew up that place, we have no school.
No school.
No school. Even we born, now here we born, babies born, they put very soft cloth, they eat very well, they're very nice, they put, We born, they use, sheep's skin. Dry skin, very hard, some place very dry, very hard. Even they use, web,
Yeah.
the web, what's the web?
To wipe.
To wipe in the grass, there's some grass,
Grass.
Oh, yeah.
They play with all the dirty, all the mud. This is my experience, The parents have to go walk outside. They got a top of thought. They are tied. They tied.
Yeah, like a papoose.
Yeah, they tied, because it's a little far away to the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Then they tied, then parents go to our walk. The kids just go run. Sometimes they poo, they eat.
Oh, they're tied to a stick
Yeah.
and you just stay.
Just check, they run. we have not babysit. No one watch 24 hours, what they're doing. The parents go out, we kids, they always depend. Sometimes, kids doesn't know, we very small. Sometimes they poo, they eat. They put their all away, This child serious, When we grow up there, in food situation, close to me, I was grown up. I always hungry. Never enough to eat. No chance to study. I was 19 years. I don't know, in Tibetan alphabet. If somebody say, if you don't know this, maybe I'll kill you now. So I don't know.
Wow.
If you don't, we have not opportunity to study. Therefore, this country, the baby is born, the parents are very take care, very, purchase joy.
Oh, Geshe, they're the most precious.
Yeah, most precious. Everybody smiling, Also, they have very good opportunity to go to school, study. Their parents support always, teachers support always. But therefore, you have very good opportunity to study right now. you will become best person for your future life.
Yeah, in the future.
In the future. Good opportunity means not only all the world kids have this opportunity, study. Their parents check this place, how they teach, Many, not just only Tibetan, many words, the kids have no opportunity. Therefore, now these kids have very good opportunity. We have all cost conditions right now we have. Therefore, very important to study very well. True goal, become next time, your future, be benefit all country. Maybe all country may be too difficult, maybe just Medford. When I grow up, I become, maybe mayor, the secretary. I'm checking maybe best Medford cities, maybe best city, Boston. Even you want to do this, but you have to study very well, right? Okay, I think now finishing my English.
Thank you.
Now today is a 나랑 그 삼촌 저거 되지. 대단 그냥 가로에나 다 로추고 다 포토 차들 타는 콜리지 사람도 와이나 나 배신 거 말해서 로추고 가봐요.
So he's saying like until he was 19 he didn't even know the Tibetan alphabet. So he passed all those years of his life with no education.
Yeah. Not just me, all the my area central. Today by the 지금 다 되니 다 나도 들어가는데 다 포토 기물 차서 많이 야를 주줘요. 야간을 오정지. 다 깔래 먹고 다 붙여 그랬어.
So I think if I understood him correctly, he didn't have the chance really to learn until he left Tibet and went to India. And then he went to India and he studied very hard, but it was very difficult.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe this is my life, my karma. Tibetan, we call it karma. Whole life study. When I come here, I have to study Tibetan English. When I come India, I study to my language. I study here, I study to English. Even we say maybe 19, 20 years old boy, girl, they doesn't know their own language. They pass out, shame, right?
Yeah, so when people see someone who doesn't know their own language, by the time they're a certain age, they say like, what a shame, what a shame. And it's because they have no opportunity to learn that. A way of thinking?
That is my opinion.
Yeah, that's his opinion. That's his way of thinking about it. So now he has talked about that, so he has to teach about Buddhism. So what is Buddhism?
I don't want you guys. Oh, what are you talking about? He doesn't say, he just story, his story.
So, yeah, so what are Buddhists? Buddhists are people who follow the system of Dharma, of Buddha Dharma.
Religion.
Yeah, religion.
Part of religion.
Yeah. So the chuluk, what he's saying, chuluk, means literally the system of Dharma, but he's saying that's religion. That's part of religion. So in the world there are many different religions. So whatever religions there are have some benefit for people. Yeah, for sentient beings. Yeah. So, yeah, for example, yeah, there's so many different types of food in the world. So which kind am I hungry for?
benefit for hunger.
Oh,
The
benefit.
benefit of the food is to fill the hunger.
Yeah, to fill the stomach.
To fill the stomach.
근데 이 맞아 칼라가 야보러 왔어. 강가 야보라고 왔어. 강가 전화 야보러 왔어.
So most food is good.
내가 나도 줄로도 좋다. 줄로 쳤다 야보러 해서 나도 그게 기습적으로 해서.
Ah,
줄로
Kiju.
기습 개발적으로.
Respect.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So religion is
All the religion.
all the religion.
We have to
We should respect all of the religion.
Whatever religion you can follow is up to you, right? Even all the food is for benefit to eat. What kind of food you eat, you can check. Someone likes very spicy, someone likes very sweet, someone likes Chinese food, someone likes Indian food. I like Chinese food. I don't really like it. But 굉장히 많이서 딱 줄로 찾고 야보시라를 했어요. 아무도 관계 다 기적적으로 했어. everybody has that.
Yeah. So all of the religions are good, and so we should respect all of the religions.
Then what kind of religion follow is up to you. If you don't want to follow, up to you, right?
Yeah.
줄로 제다 말이 저랑 되어버렸어.
Totally, indicate totally.
이셔?
You guys understood.
I understand.
Yes.
Therefore, 당하도 다 Tibetan Buddhism, what they're talking about, right? 당하도 가려고 하나. 만주 미기 쇼 찍내시는 감수 다 남비 주대 다 religion 했어. 쇼 찍내시는 만주 로종 했어. 로종 제일.
Yeah. So Buddhism in general is a religion, but the central import or the strongest part of Buddhism has to do with training the mind.
가르스 난 가르스 밀라 다 남쪽에 시라 쇼여서 남쪽 시라 뭐고 여러 왔어. 나서 미 남쪽 사람 남은 다 버렸잖아. 남쪽에서나
Namcho, but like bias.
남쪽이라는 가르스 다 남쪽에 다 남쪽 미 열었다 semba 뭐고 열었다 시바 뭐고.
So people have all different types of awarenesses or consciousness.
Yeah, consciousness.
Yeah.
We have to use all the consciousness.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have to make use of all of our different faculties, our mental faculties.
Some mental faculty, when I sleep, it doesn't walk. You have to back up them. 그래서 나도 나주 콜라야다 수수지지. 그래. 다 시바도 차송지. 배제당. 배제당로 무슨 배제당 야보지 땅 답시 되는 거죠.
Okay, so we have to make an effort to use aspects of our mental faculties which we are not currently using.
배제 야보다.
We have to use them well.
배제 야보다 가려고 그러잖아. 내가 야보지 그랬어.
So how do you use them well? You
내가 야보지 그랬어.
So you employ them well. I don't know. You work them well.
You have to work hard.
Yeah.
내가 야보지 가르쳤는다. 다다 시바 가르쳤나. 간지 맞지. 다 로조야 어쩌고 그랬어. 시바서 로조야 어쩌고 그랬어. 시바 나도라 말아서라 로조 가서 때문에 나도 신경을 했어. 말아서.
Any shiba?
시바라고 무슨 말.
Shiba. Shiba.
Sheba. Okay, good.
말.
His pronunciation is like from a different region that I'm used to using. So bear with me. I'm learning. So, Sheba.
I have to learn Kama dialect. He learned Witsan dialect.
We are all learning different languages at the same time.
Now I have to learn Kama dialect.
Yeah.
근데 이바에서 가르쳤나. 간지 말하는 단 남백이 추나라 로좀 가르쳐고서나. 뭐 가르만 남백이 추나 로좀 가르쳐고서나. 다 저랑기 남주다 저랑기 시바. 참 배제하고 땅고 그래서 배제 땅땅 두스레 다 따로 두스레 땅 다.
Yeah. So in Buddhism, what do we learn about? We learn about how to use our awareness or consciousness or mental faculties well, how to apply them well.
For example, we have cookbook. Everybody know cookbook, right?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, this much water, this much oil.
Yeah.
They put the magic, right? Buddhism says how you training your mind, our mind, not just you, everybody, you know.
Right.
Everybody mind, how you training. Then they talk about explain their big books. Yeah, you have to think about this. You have to do this. You don't follow this kind. Don't follow that kind. You have to follow this kind. You know, there was a little bit. 나 로조도 제가 그래서 와. 근데 이 바다 지. 근데도 쇼치는 가서 남봐야 남봐서 돼. 다 로조. 자시시.
Yeah. So we have to.
Not part of study.
Yeah. So mind training or mental training is part of the study in Buddhism.
그래서 가르쳤나. 도주라서마다 나 가서 그래. 쇼치니다 나도 줄을 쇼치니시나 아니다 나도 로조체 이래서 로조. 쇼치는 what part? One side it is religion.
On the one hand.
Yeah, shochi. One hand is religion. The one hand and it is how is that? Lojo, study.
Mind training,
Yeah,
mental training. Yeah. So he's saying there are two sides to it. One side is the religion side, and the other side is mental training.
Yeah, mental training. But then 반자 근데 추대 술래 같은데다 나도 보다 샤자미 있어요. 로니 동합체 간다. 고 이제 강사시 쇼네. 다 고랑기 냠뇽. 그래서 만들어 마 셰샤오데 다 나도 가지게 돼. 다 냠이 저기 그래서.
So what is this? Or who taught this Buddhism? It was Buddha Shakyamuni, who existed 2,500 years ago, and we practice or we take up what he taught based on his own experience.
다 되네 단답하다 그러지. 지루세가 나면 그런 거 납자 냠내 지내는 다 나와도 그래서 그런 게 납자. 그래서 냠내 지내는 것도 나와서.
Okay, so the people who practice what he taught, we call them Buddhists.
아니 간저 빼나 다 진술로 진술. 진술 고랑기 납자서 그런 고랑기 납자도 마셔야지. Yeah.
So in the same way, like the people who practice what Jesus taught, we call them Christians. So the religion is based on people practicing what the founder of the religion. Yeah, the person who had the experience themselves, who taught it, the people who practice what they taught are part of that religion. Or they belong to that religion.
Yeah, belong. Then that's nothing by young detailed the mobile life. That's Rogan Dog. Then how old is that's
Roba?
Just general.
It's just a brief overview.
Well, roughly. This is a rough way of talking about religion.
If you go to inside, then many different things. You know, you don't want to go too deep.
Yeah, it's more complicated than that, really.
Then more complicated. Then that. And I'll just say something. I forget now. Now I'm getting old guy.
Old guy.
Yeah, older than the kids.
Yeah. You're old guy. That makes me old girl.
Okay, me too. Yeah.
Oh, then maybe anyway, pretty well. Karasana, that's my joke, okay? Don't feel me old. 나 괜히 다 나도 남배 너 쉬우나 남배 쪼대 가르쳤나? 다 미야랍 치고 그랬어. 미야랍 미야부 치고 그랬어.
So
고마워요 말했어.
yeah. So the principal practices in Buddhism are to be a good person, not to be a thief or
Yeah.
or a liar or huh? Yeah, or a person who's incredibly angry or yeah. Yeah, there's some friend, yeah. But people they don't like it.
They're not happy.
Yeah. So if you get really angry, then basically your friends don't like that, right?
Yeah. Your friends not happy or you're not happy, both, right? Right. You're very, very peaceful family. Maybe one kid or maybe one parents unhappy, very short temperature. All family unhappy. Therefore, everybody has to be very peaceful mind, very honest person. It's more important, no?
Yeah.
Okay, this is just my opinion. If you think this may be some mixes, you can keep mind. If you think, oh, I don't know what he talked about, just leave on the chair. In Tibetan, we have some word we say, you listen this ear, you throw up this ear. Listen, you don't keep this ear.
We have that in English.
So you have this?
Yeah, in English.
One ear out the other.
Yeah, one ear out the other.
Anyway, this is my opinion. Opinion. Then we have to go to the text. Okay?
So now he's to the fourth division of the outline for this section, which I think, I don't know if all the editions are the same, but we're on page 90.
Which section?
It's the greatness of allowing you to save yourself from the worst misdeed. Yeah, you guys have a different edition than I have.
Day 3.
68 and
Day 3. Page 68.
Bye guys, thanks for coming. Thank you.
You everyone got this papers?
Day 3, section 11.
So he said that this is actually the fourth division of the outline here. Do you guys remember what the first, second, and third ones were?
Anybody know? Okay, who's volunteers? Without looking, just say.
There's no contradiction.
Okay.
No contradiction.
What's not?
There's no contradiction in the teaching. And there's
One? No, that's one.
And then we have to take the teachings as advice, as personal instruction. And last week was how we I remember, but I don't know how to say it. I'll have to look at the book.
Do you remember the example? Maybe if you remember the example that was given, that might help trigger it.
Yeah.
You have any example?
Does anyone remember the example that was discussed? For the third heading?
You have? Vikram?
The example.
Whatever, if you can say that.
It's how the true thinking of the victor of the Buddha. What's the true thinking of the
that's
victorious
right.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the true thinking.
You can easily discover the true thinking. It's important to get every part of that,
Yeah.
not just parts of it. Yeah.
What you say? What you say?
Vikram?
It means what means delos? What means you understand me, sir? You have to. Also, one by one. If some text talking about the impermanent, you think, oh yeah, this part talk about these things. Just a little short, maybe short one verses. maybe they talk about good Rinpoche meeting, but oh yeah, good Rinpoche obstruct is mine. You know, you have to know all together. What? But party Geshe Ngawang Tenley. Gari course song you know.
So we have to know what part of the teaching each practice one by one fits into, you know, or what it belongs to.
Okay. Then you have that children that such a symbol was.
And so now the first three have finished.
That's somebody that there's something else 신기하나? 가게 하거나 다 시와도 내려다오는 거였어.
So if we understand the third one, if we understand that one, then the fourth one is very easy.
가르에서는 가나도 빼져나지 말라고 했나 들어와. 그냥 너를 침모서 ing에서 가나도 예제 침모를 안 가는 거지 지라도 서치들이 맨날 갈라줘도 우리가 갈라서는데. 그러니까 예제 침모 안 가서 와서.
So being the greatness of allowing yourself, allowing you to save yourself from the worst misdeed.
예제에서 갈라는 거로서 쇼시시찬 시땅.
So the worst misdeed is like if you have shaitan, in general. So this is all of the afflictions. So in general, misdeeds are like whatever is afflicted, the afflicted behavior. But this one in particular is talking about abandoning the Dharma.
Okay, good. How many people have that book? Okay, yeah. Actually,
Okay, so he's going to read it from the book.
가르쳤나? 아니 대학 lam-rim 침모서 이때나 출판 거 아니 letter 송시 있으면서 나 they talk this one particularly news 가르쳤나? 다 출판을 했어. Yes.
So this one in particular is giving up the Dharma.
근데 인자 대체와 도모스는 랑게바 많이나 내고 봐. 가라. 대화 침보다. 아니 이제 시에주다. 내다 시에주보래. 내가 좀 야매체 주보래 해서 출랐다. 기집체 준다면 뭐 보는 거래서. 대용을 했더니 나도 출판을 해 놓고 사버렸어. 저한테는 막 줄어대요.
Okay, so he's basically reading the next sentence. But if you have not taken the first three of these four greatness to heart, you will forever be making petty distinctions that cause you to respect one part of the Dharma more than others, distinctions such as Mahayana versus Hinayana, or theoretical Dharma versus practical Dharma.
Okay, that's good. 그래서 대라발라테는 나도 jelata 출판을 해 놓고 나도 싸워 이랬어요.
Yeah, so there are many different ways to abandon the Dharma.
대인배 진세라 가르드는 가서 너무 좀 왔어. 잠발 나버터기 도세도. 대삼. 나버터기 돌레스. 잠발 담이 추방이 들어가는 차와 오스도 아주 저한테 듣고.
Yeah. So he has here the quotation from the Sutra weaving everything together.
아니 이게 대마치려고 그러고. 아니 다 추방을 해도 철학이 다 참고를 해서 뒷받침을 하고 있었다지.
Yeah, so this abandoning the Dharma is not something light or little. It's very heavy.
Very deep.
It's a heavy sin.
가르에서나 잠발 대제차바 송이 깔아 아니 자만 대시 라라는 개반 대시 강아 추봉 같은 다 사지 좀 된데 깔아 추봉 딱 내 약보를 내 추추 내 약보를 누가 가라이나 아니 사지 좀 된다라야 다
Yeah, so the sentence where it says Manjushri one abandons the Dharma when one considers some of the Tathagata's scriptures to be good and some bad. This is saying that in general, like abandoning the Dharma, when you pick and choose between some teachings, this one is good and that one is bad, this is non-virtue.
아니 대체와나 대수마부 사지 좀 된다라야 막히라고 그랬어요.
So this is like saying that, or it would follow that the person who taught the Dharma, the teacher, Buddha, was not skillful, or he didn't know what he was saying.
Was unrespecting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Makuba. Oh, yeah. So it's disrespectful to the teacher. Sorry, I misunderstood the verb.
Also unrespect to Sangha.
Yeah.
단 내 리그리 내 용거리 내 소초 저는 그 취대 냐도는 초거리 내 취냐도는 좀 말라가다 다 대추분에 싸고 그래서 저는 취 그나 배차면은 저는 내 냐도는 초거리 내를 조금 말라가다 다 되게 주분에 싸고 그래서
내 거래 축복.
야 저는 그 취다 취배다 대화 친구지 대화 친구나 저는 그 대화 친구 취냐도는 초거리 랭고거리
Yeah.
대화 친구 취냐도는 랭 조금만 내요 말라나 대 주방에서 그래서
Okay, so when you say like this dharma here is the one that I need to practice, and this one over here I don't need to practice that, this is abandoning the dharma.
나는 장점 세반남지 제 송화를 나는 연투남지 제 송화를 라바이나 주방에로 그래서
when you say like the bodhisattvas are good and the shravakas are correct.
This is for
This is for yeah. So when you say this is for the bodhisattvas and this one here is for the shravakas, yeah. And so I don't need to practice what the shravaka one, right? Then this is also abandoning the dharma.
You say also this is only bodhisattvas. This is not for me. Then you collect more than purchase. Then 나도 라고도 왔어. We all said it. This with all this Mahayana practice, this Hinayanas, this Tantarayanas, we say we always talk about it, right? Then maybe we all correct this kind of virtues. What can we do? 그래서 나도 가기라고 그래서 나도 지나서 자사로 그러나 자사로
그래, 자사.
일단 세라고 말하나 저거 그래도 제대로 그래서
So he's asking basically, you know, even on Thursday we had this conversation, right, about the 3 vehicles and
Wednesday.
stages of practices. Wednesday. So when you do that, are you abandoning the Dharma? So I think he's asking, and he's saying in the big monasteries where people have debates and they debate at length about these issues, like what Dharma belongs to what school. This one is Shravaka. This one is that. Are they abandoning the Dharma?
나는 빼잖아 저도 되는 남도 왔어 빼나 너는 장점 선바치 너는 장점 선배치 송화를 너는 일단 대명이 제가 송화를 남도 주방에 남도 왔어 그냥 지금 말하고 you can write this in what's the quotation?
Yeah. So then let's see where one abandons the Dharma when one claims this scripture is correct and this one is incorrect.
Yeah.
One abandons the Dharma by claiming this was taught for the bodhisattvas.
Yeah.
Or this was taught for the Shravakas.
Yeah.
One abandons the Dharma by claiming this was taught for Pratyeka Buddhas. One abandons the Dharma by claiming this is not one of the things a bodhisattva should train in.
일단 나도 딱 먹을 라고요. Every said this. 나도 라고요 왔어.
Yeah, so this is often said. So have you all said this before?
Maybe not exactly these words, but perhaps
This is Mahayana, this is Hinayana. And that day, Pajin, think the Arodo, the Tenda, only 10 miles. I don't know how the Chupasa of Charles was.
Yeah, so this isn't actually just the way the words say it here isn't actually the whole meaning or the actual meaning. I think we have to pursue it a little bit deeper.
다 가르쳐서 봐이나 내 샹점 선바수 냠내래. 아니 선바수 제초 말이. 내 변한 년투다 안되게 냠내래. 샹점 선바수 제초 말이 나와요나. 아니 주방에서 하는
Okay, so he's saying simply by saying like this belongs to the Shravaka vehicle and this belongs to the Bodhisattva vehicle in itself is not abandoning the Dharma. But when you say this one belongs to the Shravaka vehicle and this one belongs to the Bodhisattva vehicle and therefore I don't have to practice this one, then that's abandoning the Dharma.
거.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have to do that. When you say I don't have to do that, then it's abandoning the dharma. Rough?
Yeah, rough.
So roughly, that's the idea. Yeah. So then there's also a quote from the Samadhi Raja Sutra, the King of Single Pointed Concentration Sutra.
Okay, can you read this?
Yeah. So the quote is, "Abandoning the sutra basket is a far heavier sin than destroying all the stupas in the southern continent. Abandoning the sutra basket is a far heavier sin than killing as many arhats as there are grains of sand at the bottom of the Ganges."
Oh, is that? Be careful, okay? Oh, terrible. Very careful. Is that chupang related? That the Pachimbo
So he said, repeating again, that abandoning the dharma is a very heavier sin, and even heavier than killing as many arhats as there are sands in the river Ganges. These the fruits for the hearer vehicle. Yeah, if you kill an arhat, that's really bad. The five. It's one of the 5 actions with no intermediate. Like there's an instant retribution for that action.
If you kill that arhat, if you kill arhat, you go directly to the hell.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you create this kind of non-virtue, same with that, go directly there.
It's worse than that.
Yeah, worse than that. That the pastor that you like also was not to tell them.
So sometimes we accumulate sin just by talking, just by speaking.
You say, oh, that's kind person's practice. We don't want to do this. We say, Hinayana, that's too low. We don't want to do this. Even we are not Hinayana, but even we are not practice level is Hinayana, but we say, practice Hinayana. We are Mahayana, so a little high. If we say, we think this, then they create this card, knowledge, virtues. Right? Then you might have to suggest me, such a Tamosumi,
So this one here, if you understand the first 3 of this section here, then the 4th one, yeah, if you understand the first 3 of this, then the 4th one here, this one here is very easy to get to understand. Yeah, so if you understand the first 3, then you understand that all of the parts of Buddha's teachings are for the purpose of attaining the state of Buddhahood, and it's not suitable like to take one part, toss out one part, keep one part, this kind of thing.
This can say if you keep one, you throw out one, then you get this kind negative. Right? 근데 이 말은 안 나서 말아서 사제 거이나 제우스는 냠내 쳐서 제우스로.
Yeah. So if we want to become a Buddha, we need to practice all of the 3 scopes, the 3 levels of religious practice in the lam-rim.
말아서 사제와 같이 단단하고 진념 쳐서 같이 다 냠내 야 돈나 제우스. 같이 사제 좀 내가 송 찾아 놔줘라. 사제와 고기를.
Yeah. So in order to,
산지에 좀 전에 그 송, 차성,
yeah,
all the teachings.
yeah, all the teachings of the Buddha.
Buddha, we need to, what's that?
Practice.
We need to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to practice that. But some part we need no, some part we need little bit late, maybe a little bit high level, maybe some other part. Because, for example, we need to achieve enlightenment, benefit all sentient beings. We have to know all sentient beings soften.
Yeah.
But this kind of mind, first we need to, what's that? Dunga mundubalaka.
First, Dumang
Dunga mundubalaka.
Mido, but first we need to not desire suffering.
Yeah, not desire suffering. If we have to, we need to know desire suffering other beings. First we need ourselves. We don't need to desire suffering.
You guys get it?
You got it?
Free from suffering.
I think he's doing great, isn't he?
Yeah.
Very good.
Just put it in other English. Just
He's saying if you want to achieve the enlightenment, you need to not desire suffering for all sentient beings. In order to not desire suffering for all sentient beings, you first have to not desire suffering for yourself.
Okay. Right? Shani Deva said, if you don't have dream, this can't, by yourself.
Yeah.
You never come to
Yeah.
the other side.
Yeah, if you in the Bodhisattva Charyavatara it says if you've never even dreamed of having this type of freedom from suffering for yourself, how is it that you're going to do that for other people? There's just no possible way.
Yeah. Therefore, kanji susu, we don't desire. Desire is God.
Desire, didaba.
We don't want desire to by ourselves to hell realms. This can't hell realms. Therefore, we have to do some activities and teaching.
Yeah. So first of all, if we don't, if we ourselves don't want to go to the hell realms, we have to do some practice. Right?
This can't practice we call small scope.
Yeah, and the practice that keeps you from going to the hell realm, like for yourself, that's the small scope of practice.
If you think I'm the Maya and that, you have to jump first. You get first step.
Yeah. You guys understand that?
There's
Crawl
no,
before you can walk.
Yeah.
there's no elevator.
Yeah, there's no elevator.
Also, you have to not desire to samsara.
Yeah.
Or samsara, koveduma.
Yeah, you have to also not wish to have the suffering of all of samsara,
Yeah.
not just the hell realms. So
Yeah. This can't, you don't need to desire to samsara suffering. Therefore, you can do some activities. To not what's the virtues.
yeah,
This we call challenging.
yeah, the middle capacity or middle scope.
But
So
if you have to achieve alatma, you need to do both that. You need to free from haram, you need to free from samsara.
can you guys all you guys got it?
Just say that again, please.
He said if you want to achieve enlightenment, then you need both of these steps as well. You need to be free from the hell realms, and you also need to be free from samsara.
Right? If someone doesn't free from haram, they can achieve enlightenment?
Yeah. So
Yes, no.
No.
yeah,
Not right.
yeah, everyone understood, right? Just
You understand? If someone not free from samsara, if that is the way to get enlightenment? Yes, no.
No.
Not right. 다 산지가 소로 처상나도 사개월 그거 고요서.
yeah. So for these reasons, every part of the Buddhist teachings are required in order to achieve enlightenment.
근데 이제 다 다다나도 사제 담보서 요. 대숨 하고이나 다 내려도 와다 내가도 고고 말했어. 내가도 고고서 파샤샤 지금 수행하는 제니 용 말했어.
So then if you really understand the first three divisions of this section, then there would be no partiality to one teaching or another saying, oh, I need this one, I need that one. This fourth one here is really easy to understand if you got the first three.
가나 니들이 일단 여봐서 가래 뉴주청 만가나타 나주 파 메로 이 something meadows or they are for is number for is they nga go with this something ya rashi meadows 가래 자오 so rashi mama shushi la meadows so 다 meadows 가래 자오 말스 이 something 영어 말했어 사실 담보스 맞거든.
So if you understand the first three, it's just really, there's no chance that you're going to be, saying, I need this one, I don't need that one, and dividing these things, and then, I don't know, rangshu.
If, for example, if sun coming, snows go, it was automatically they just go away.
Yeah.
Snows melt.
Rangshu. Okay, so automatically. So if you understand the first three, then this fourth one is automatic. Just like when the sun comes out, the snow just melts. So if you understand the first three, automatically you're not going to be picking and choosing between the dharmas because you've already understood all of them are instruction for personal, practice, and you've understood the thought behind all of them, and so on and so forth.
If weather come up, sun, then we don't need to snow dragon. Maybe you guys don't know snow dragon.
Snow dragon?
Yeah. You don't know snow dragon?
Snow dragon is this machine that's like a big canister, except the purpose of it is it has like internal heating system, so you pile the snow on top and it will melt it. It'll raise the temperature to 140 degrees and it all just comes down the bottom as water. And this is what they use in Canada. And so then because Canada wasn't having as much snow, they brought these snow dragon machines down to melt it in Connecticut. So we saw this on the news. But you guys were all, when we were having lunch, watching the news, we were all at work. And
Well, you get good education watching this.
Therefore, you don't need to snow dragon.
Snow dragon, it melts the snow.
like a dragon.
It's a machine. It's not a mythical creature. It's not a mythical creature.
It's not Snow Lion. It's not
just decor snow dragon. But this is the purpose to melt the snow, right? Yeah. But if sun coming, temperature go up, sun automatically just go away, or the snow go away. Melts, right?
Melts.
Therefore, you understand first, second, third. This third one doesn't come. Fourth one doesn't come. You don't have all. It's my and the practice. I need to do this. I don't need. You don't have these things because you know all the Buddha teachings need to you achieve enlightenment. Right? Therefore, easy. If you understand first,
So he said the same thing again in Tibetan. If you understand 1, 2, and 3, then the fourth one is very easy.
Because
So if you definitively understand the Dharma, if you really ascertain like the Dharma are teachings, then you will understand that those teachings are for you to put into practice.
You can read the under.
Oh yeah, okay, so
under the quotation.
Yeah, so if you are convinced about the first 3 of these greatnesses, you will not ignore any of the victor's teachings. You will pay the same respect to all of them, for they are all things to put into practice.
Okay, you got it? If you understand first, second, third, then you know everything. And you don't have use this fourth, maybe later. Just kick on. So, then they talk about example. If you think about, Guru Rinpoche, if you know very well Guru Rinpoche, then you don't have to. Got it. Okay. 지난 그 신이다서 야보하거나, 때문에朋友도 마트비 니가 야보하거나, 아니 지난 그 신이나 마키 와서 영어 말했어.
Okay, so if you think about the benefits of faith and respect to the Guru, then you don't have to think about the faults of not having faith and respect in the Guru. So I think this is the line also, if you think over the ways to devote yourself properly to your spiritual guide, you will rid yourself of any karmic obscurations you may have in relation to him or her.
Yeah. You got it? If you know very well to what's the good proportion part, then you know how you keep
How you keep, I don't know, maybe...
Yeah, how you keep kindness, how you respect.
Yeah.
The non-virtues come to your own respect. Then you have this knowledge. She makiba into partner. She makiba into partner. Makuba.
Disrespect.
Yeah, so if you young kids
Makiba, yeah, disrespect.
Yeah, so then you will also understand the sin, that disrespect to the guru is a sin.
Negativity of disrespecting your lama will not come if you understand how to properly devote yourself to the guru. Generally, that's what the whole sentence you're trying to say.
Yeah, that's good. What she said. Say that again. The sin of disrespecting the guru will not come, right? Yeah, so then the next one is when you become convinced about, for example, the truth of optimum human rebirth or impermanence, you automatically cease doing misdeeds related to clinging to this life. So if you think yeah, so without thinking about death and impermanence.
Usually we don't think about death, right?
Yeah, usually you don't think that. Right?
You say, oh, I did this, I use next year. Maybe next year, we don't think about death and impermanent. If you death and impermanent think, then you have very strong mind. You keep things, all things. Then you say, oh, maybe I don't have chance to use these things. They're all impermanent. What is any chance of semche? There are chances to hold that. Semche, we know color some of them. And yeah, down the.
So in the same way too, when you develop bodhicitta, you automatically also get rid of self-cherishing. So this, as soon as you generate bodhicitta, then the self-cherishing is non-existent, right?
Yeah, non-existent. Yeah.
It's no longer there.
Because bodhicitta think about all sensibles, right? He doesn't think about it. That's not. Therefore, bodhicitta come up, then other ones go down. Because we have two together, we cannot come, right? 2 months. And then column songana. And kare. Dance.
So this is the next sentence after that is you then train in meditation topic of selflessness, at which time you bring your grasping to a self to an end. Grasping at a self to an end.
For example, someone writes Tanka.
So this, is that actually in here?
Yeah, so next paragraph, let me give you
Okay, let me give you an illustration, right? That one?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you an illustration to explain how these first three gradations promote development. And then there's an illustration about a tanka.
Yeah,
so,
tanka.
Okay, so he's going to tell us it.
I think this is very, very clear here, right? If someone know, they need to write tanka, right? They need to know how many prints, how many different colors.
Yep.
First of all, they need to know all things.
Yeah, so the first one is like the example of the tanka, the first division of the subject, right? Subject tango. So the first, which was the first one? You guys?
All scripture is consistent.
Yeah, that there's no contradiction between the teachings, right? So that's like understanding that in painting a tanka, you need all of the colors. All of the colors are necessary, blue and red. You can't say like, just blue or...
아니 사실 이바디 다 지금 당가 지식으로 다 담보 마오더니 가오더니 나포더니 서울처럼 지식으로 다이 소라말에 나왔죠. 지발에 사실 이바 빼죠.
그래서 사진 이바.
사실 이바당 단지 저
Personal instructions.
Yeah, the personal instructions.
어디 빼지 버렸어. 그냥 당가 미치 당가 뒤에 잘라먹고 하고 저는 그 요에 그냥 그 지식이 봐.
Okay. So this is kind of the second example, the second division of this section, that all of the teachings are instructions. The example being given is now that you're ready to paint your tanka, there are some instruction like put the white color here and put the blue color here and put the green color here. Like if you don't follow that instruction, you can't paint the tanka.
나 산재가 안되면 좋다. 냠내 최상 소시와 봐. 냠내. 어디지? 다 주마디 아니 제외고 마달라 냠바디 대시와다 당가 레버 줬나? 당가 사소나? 다 사치 숨바디 그래서.
So the third one is let's see, the third one was understanding the intention of all the teaching. And the third one is given in the example of completing the tanka. Yeah?
Yeah. Then you don't need to do the fourth one.
Yeah.
Right? If you know what position you need to tanka, then you know how you write tanka, then you completely finish tanka, then you don't need to do this fourth one. You don't have any tanka to mago chala.
Yeah. So if you understand the first three of this section, then you easily understand the fourth. Just as if you've seen the way that you have to use all three of these steps to produce the tanka, you're not going to say, "Oh, I don't need to like this step to make the tanka." No, you need it. You need all of those to make the tanka.
But we can finish after tanka. We have a lot of trust, right? We have a lot of trust, right? We are all painters, all paint we throw, right? Anyway, what are the better 10 years and
So we should think about this. We should think about and contemplate this example here.
Okay. 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 That's it.
So now he wants to do the question and answer.
You guys have the questions?
Well, Geshe is leaving, so I'm going to be helpless. Pray for me while you're out there.
Okay. What is the way of finding the truth? What's the truth? What truth thinking of the virtuous one easily? Correct?
Yeah.
Everybody understand?
So the first question is, what is the way of finding the true thinking of the victorious ones easily? How can you find out the real thoughts behind the Buddha's teaching easily?
You have to contemplate on the three principles, or the three fundamental teachings, fundamental aspects of three fundamental.
lam-sosum samlotanga, tene sangyeki gongwa, kare le lamu ni tuki. Lam-sosum.
Yeah, there is.
This is good.
But my answer is,
Yeah.
Wait, there's Vinkard has an answer.
oh yeah, oh go ahead, oh I'm sorry.
No problem. I think
Don't think, just say.
the answer is it's the shortcut method. The shortcut is depending on the lam-rim. So when you depend on the lam-rim, then you can understand this is the easy way. But there are other ways also which I thought of. Is also by other easy ways are of subduing your mind, or of contemplating and experimenting with the Buddha's teachings, and also by knowing that the teachings are without contradiction and they are instructions. So when you know that the teachings are without contradiction and they are instructions, that also is an easy way. But I think the easiest way would be, when I heard your teachings, is the shortcut method, be the lam-rim, you know. But there's another easy way, which would be just relying on the teacher.
고성에 마구 그래.
Covered,
So the first
covered all
one,
the answers.
You know, you can just say maybe
Yes,
what's
but
it? Just
이게 꼭 렌
By
먹고
depending on the
먹고
lam-rim is,
I think his answers usually are correct.
correct.
Yeah. No, they're a little far away, maybe a little jam, you know. It's correct.
Yeah. So he said lam-rim la tene.
Yeah.
Tene niente bi. 상계기 공부 niente bi. lam-rim la tene.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you
easily.
Yeah.
yeah.
레라.
Yeah.
lam-rim la 레라 거. 그냥 승수 응마. tene shortcut 송송. lam-rim la shortcut 로.
Alright.
거 shortcut.
람을 때는 냐 바로
Yeah.
약간 냐도 가리냐 그러나.
Yeah. So
You
he's
can
saying
find to
he's saying you can find it through the lam-rim. That's right. But
What do you find?
what does it mean to find? Like, what is it that you find? So
By the
even
the-
for
The
example,
intention.
for example, he said, I found my job. Right? He said, I found my job. What kind of job? He said, I found my dishwasher. No.
You have to
I
put
said,
it in.
yeah.
Put it into practice.
for example there, what you find to
the wisdom realizing emptiness.
Tony Tobeshiro. I think the point he's trying to make is if you can find like the intention of the Buddha through reading his teachings, sure, but how do you know it's the one? He's saying like, what is that intention that you find? How do you know it's the one for this teaching? So Buddha taught many things, right? Sangye sunchu mangbo suna, right? Tene sunchu rere di tunda keba yuri.
By experimenting.
Well, you have to study and contemplate.
Yeah.
Depending on your, it says dependent on your guru.
Yeah.
Dependent on
you can read this answer.
Okay, so his answer here is that will be finding the ultimate subject matter of the Buddha's teaching and the commentaries to those teachings. So,
Correct.
Correct.
No, that's
That's the second question.
No, that's the first answer. The
Yeah, that's the
question.
The
answer.
second
the
question, the
first
first
question.
answer.
The first. That's what it is.
The second question, the answer.
Yeah,
the first
Damcha.
question.
These are Damchas. Yeah, because the second question is based on the answer to the first question.
Yeah, it's very strong connection. Okay?
I think probably the question, like the first question, can be worded a little bit differently to make it easier. As like, what is the method by which you can discover easily discover the Buddha's intention? Gyalwe Gongpa, it doesn't say even Sumra, it just says Gyalwe Gongpa. So the Buddha's intention. And then the answer is, you can discover that, that would be by discovering the ultimate meaning, the ultimate...
Yeah, ultimate meaning, yeah. Yeah.
So the ultimate meaning of the Buddha's teaching, by using, let's see, yeah, this is...
You don't need to use it.
So just by basically finding the ultimate import, so he says subject matter, but Joja, I don't know. Anyway, the ultimate import of the teachings and of the commentaries on those teachings.
That's how to find
That's how you find
the
what the Buddha was thinking.
the truth.
So the first question is, how do you find like what the Buddha's intention was? The way you find the Buddha's intention is by finding the ultimate meaning of the scriptures that we have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it says here, yet you cannot discover the ultimate thoughts of the victorious ones merely by referring to the great classics without any instruction from your guru on the stage of the path to enlightenment. So it's, you need the guru.
So
this
고성해.
would be the answer.
Yeah, so yeah, you also need that. You
Yeah,
also
fine.
need the instructor. But still, the instructor is going to bring the book to class probably. So, in the end, if you don't find the meaning of the Buddha's teaching that are contained in the scriptures and commentaries, no matter which method you use, you can get a guru who doesn't have the Buddha's teachings. I mean, there are gurus that are not Buddhist, so they're not going to be able to tell you Buddha's intention. So.
Okay, now I go to second question, okay? I think they know.
Yeah. So you guys understood the first question and the answer?
Yeah.
So it was about getting Buddha's thought. How do you understand what Buddha was thinking? You understand that by understanding the ultimate meaning of the scriptures that we have. So then the second question you want to read?
Then what is the
Ultimate.
ultimate subject method of Buddhism teachings and the
Commentaries.
what is the commentaries
Commentary.
to those teachings?
So then what is the ultimate subject matter of Buddha's teaching and their commentaries?
Okay?
So that's what if you find that, then you can know what Buddha was thinking.
Yeah.
So what is that? If anybody knows what Buddha was thinking, please share it.
The wisdom realizing it.
Bodhicitta, right view.
Yeah.
The
Bodhicitta,
three aspects of that.
Free all sensitive beings from
yeah, it's also.
He said Lam So Sum.
Renunciation.
That's good.
Lam So Sum.
Yeah, this is the right one.
So the three aspects are the correct one.
all the three aspects.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So the questions build on each
Yeah.
They're each other. You need to wonder which one.
That's good. That's
You
good.
get the first one wrong.
So I think basically the idea is that in order to understand what Buddha was thinking, you have to know the ultimate meaning of the scriptures, and then that ultimate meaning is really only the three principal aspects of the path: the renunciation, bodhicitta, and the view of emptiness.
Then maybe we don't need to say third question.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't. I just told the answer.
Well, now see who was paying attention.
Yeah, but you all knew that, right? So.
Does everyone know the three principal aspects of the path?
Right, we say what is the ultimate subject matter of Buddhism teachings and commentaries means what? Then we say three principles.
Yeah.
What is it?
Three principles.
Three principles.
Yeah.
Okay. Then finish two questions. Then third, fourth one. Okay, this is a little difficult. If you read last week, then you are not difficult.
Yeah.
What is the ocean last ocean?
Scripture.
Scripture, and what is the jewel within the ocean? Okay.
I'll give this a shot, but I'm going by memory. The ocean lake scripture, the jewels are the teachings in the ocean. But the ocean's so big that you will never find them. So you need the boat, and the boat are I'm assuming the three principal aspects of the path. And then the boat master, the captain, is your guru, who's going to explain those teachings to you in.
Okay. Yeah. 고성해. It's close.
Okay.
It's the right section, the right example.
I talk about what is Lula's ocean.
So what is the ocean?
No.
Is the scriptures.
Lula's ocean is the scripture.
Yeah.
The ocean is
The ocean of scripture, yeah.
What?
Yatsuda Bushon.
Oh, Jatuda Vishnu Kares.
Yeah, so what is the ocean like scripture? Or the
classics.
Great classics. Sorry, I'm
It's the
looking at my
whole,
book.
the teaching, the ocean is all the teaching.
Yeah, these Sumchu Tsangwa. Cool.
One year in the jungle.
Yeah. Everybody follow me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the teachings.
he's right.
Yeah. It's good. Thank you.
I just read it. But I read it in the morning.
Okay, then what's in the ocean jewels?
The jewel.
Three principal aspects of the path.
How you know?
It's in the book.
And it's the preceding question.
I'm allowed to learn.
Good. 대가성어도 이제 사단망한테 라고 봤어.
Ah.
조금만 우리 라고 봤어. 잠수 따위 쉬는데 산지 좀 강같이.
Yeah,
지나가 노르베테 로소 남선레스.
yeah. So the ocean-like scripture is everything the Buddha ever taught. Just really, it's like an ocean. If you go over there and try to like look through that, and then the jewels within the ocean are the three principal aspects of the path. So.
근데 진짜 잠수 따위 쉬운데 아 쉬운지. 다 라브를 쭈불할 때네. 또 잠수 따위 쉬운 거 진짜 참 하고 그랬어.
Yeah. So if you rely on the lam-rim, then you'll be able to understand all of the teachings, everything. Yeah, and then the jewel within these, even within the lam-rim, is the three principles of the path. Yeah, the teacher is like the boat captain, like the driver of the boat.
Okay?
Is the boat the method or the vehicle?
Two currently. Two. Yeah, you need. Two, the pay the nama. Tene shung yatso damula. Tene
lam-rim tuchi.
Lam-rim tuche. So the lam-rim is like the boat, actually. And the teacher is like the captain. And this lam-rim is sailing on the sea of the scriptures.
Yeah.
And you have to dive in and bring out the jewels. So.
If you study lam-rim, you can find three principles.
Right.
Therefore, we need to use lam-rim. Okay? It's good. Do you have any questions?
When we refer to the teachings of the Buddha, we can say the Kangyo, right? Easier to say than the teachings of the Buddha, to say Kangyo, right?
근데 상계기 순간 람나 근데 강귤 참 람나 되게 돼 강귤 제 상계기 순간 상물이
빼라고 생각해도 왔어. 빼나 간줄 따로
네 강귤
내가 간이나 사람 뒤집어서.
Yeah, if you want to say that, it's okay. 얘네 강귤 지도 근데 순간 신라 요래 이 책맹기 강귤 요래 정랑이 강귤 the take member.
Yeah.
Take member the do shema
요 심하게.
요리.
상계 좀.
상계 기성으로 공소 shema 요리.
특정 빼라고 생각하자. 상계 수업 가르쳐 빼라고 생각하면 간줄 따고.
Yeah. So he's saying basically in general when you say what are the Buddha's teachings, it means the Kangyur. But there are also sutras that are not contained in the Tibetan Kangyur.
Oh, really?
You know, so there are like sutras in Pali or things like that. So yeah, to be exhaustive, you would have to just.
Tibetan covered everything.
They have most everything. They have a lot of stuff. Pandita. Yeah. So also Tibetans translated like a huge amount of scriptures by panditas from ancient India a long time ago. So they also in Tibet, in fact, I think a huge amount of like what we know about Indian Buddhism from a long time ago, it's really because Tibetans have preserved those teachings in Tibetan. Yeah.
Also, we have many things. Also, we don't have translation.
Yeah. In Tibetan or in English?
Also in Tibetan.
Yeah, in Tibetan. There are many things which weren't translated into Tibetan too. Yeah. So.
But we have enough to practice.
Yeah.
Keep you busy.
Okay, thank you.
Good job today. You did very good.
No.
Translated, Geshe.
No,
Great too. Very good.
The only thing is,
He's good.
No. Come on.
More English.
The thing is, Geshe-la is, I spoke with Geshe-la before I agreed to do this, and I told him, sometimes it's like this, like I'm not sure. And he said the main thing for him, the important thing for him is the Dharma content. As long as you guys understand the Dharma content, then if he's making jokes and I don't understand the joke, or I can't understand like the story he's telling about his village or something, he said that no problem. But the Dharma, that's the main thing. So as long as we can all put our heads together and get the message that he wants to deliver, that's the important thing. So.
Excellent.
If I use Kappa dialect, then people doesn't know.
But I'm learning. My ear is getting a little
That's-
bit better. So.
Even his study, we thought,
Yeah,
we completely different.
What song is Lhasa dialect?
Lhasa dialect.
Lhasa dialect.
They're very clean. They use the one by one words very clean.
yeah.
Also they doesn't use just stitches person. Straight walks. We call
Sidewalks?
not sidewalk.
Oh, I know.
Got it.
Colloquial.
No, we call this.
Dialect.
African not to what I'm saying.
Street talk.
Street talk.
Street talk.
Yeah, street talk.
Yeah.
Even we street talk a lot in the Kabas. Yesterday I talk about some Kabas. How you spelling this? He said, oh, we don't have letter this. This is not. Yeah, we use a lot of street talks.
Yeah.
Then people doesn't know, how you. It's not they very clean. They doesn't use the street talks.
Yep, yep.
Because they use their respect. I go, hey, really nice, I'm joking. Okay, thank you.
Just as a brief introduction to everyone before we finish. So Andy is in his last year of his Master's in Divinity at Harvard Divinity School. And he lived for quite a while with Geshe Sopa in Wisconsin and also at Sarajay Monastery. And so he'll be translating while Damcho's away in March because Damcho's going to Nepal for the month of March. And Damcho's away this weekend, so he stepped in a little early just for this week. So he'll be around for the next month and a half or so.
Excellent.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, so I think I'm moving the press today.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
page 8.